Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do what we can as often as we can to make the world a better place. If you're looking for life, business, relationship coaching, would love to be of help to you in that way. Please feel free to reach out at PO Perception or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way, we can get in touch, and then you can get in touch with either me or a member of my team. Making something positive happen for you in 2022 and beyond would love to be of value to you in that way. This is our Life Lesson Series number 172. We do these just as a reminder that life may be trying to teach you things that you're not paying attention to. Often, a lot of us get so busy we don't make the best decisions in terms of paying attention to the things that life needs us to know or the ways in which we can go forward. So, the first thing is execution matters. So, understanding how to do the things you're trying to do efficiently, effectively, and in a direct manner is one of the most important things that you can do. If you can talk all day long, but if you don't know how to execute, if you don't know how to follow through, if you don't know how to get to a place of creating change, either in a person's emotional state or in their quality of life, then really you're not going to get very far at all. And it becomes problematic because people think they know how to execute, but in reality, they often don't. And so when a person is not honest with themselves in terms of what they can handle or where their level of execution is, it can create a lot of relationship issues or challenges as it relates to um, having quality relationships, having quality interactions with others, and ultimately leads to a lot of stress, leads to a lot of anger, leads to a lot of angst and frustration, and that ultimately is not the healthiest of situations. The next thing to look at is staying in motion. So continuing to move forward on a continual basis is also important. Motion meaning looking at life and saying, I can continue to go forward, I can continue to get into what it is that I need, into what it is that I want, into where I need to go. And we make a consistent decision and a consistent investment in moving forward every time we converse with others, every time we interact with them and try and be of service to them, and also every time we understand what we're wanting to do. You can't allow emotions to become your defining factor, though, and a lot of people do this and they don't even realize they're doing it, which ultimately then leads to lots of trauma and lots of difficulty and lots of frustration. It's not necessarily that a person is good or bad. It's that when emotions control your decision making processes, when emotions control the way that you view the world, you're going to be caught off base and off kilter, and it doesn't lead you well. It doesn't take you to the place you want to go. It doesn't ultimately resolve in a positive direction. So hopefully, when you're allowing emotions to factor in, and emotions are, and I say this all the time, emotions are indicators of things that you either need to focus on if they're positive, or things you need to change if they're negative. But they are not definers of who you are as a person or how successful you can be, will be, or have been. And so a lot of times when people use emotions for that purpose, they get tied up in things that aren't good for them. The next thing is the willingness to find out what drives you and motivates you. If you understand your motivation, you can then be able to make positive changes consistently and continually, and you're in a healthy space. You begin to understand the value of your relationships, the value of the actions you take, and when you understand your own value, it's then easier to make decisions and to be fully invested in knowing how to do exactly that. But when you don't understand those things, you're then tying yourself up in a negative way. Be willing to make sacrifices. Know what sacrifices you're willing to make of your time, of your energy, of your emotions, of your mind, of your heart, and your emotional investment. Know what sacrifices you're willing to make before people ask you to make them. When you do that, you'll then be able to understand how to maximize your life, minimize your stress, get to a place of complete understanding and true wealth and intelligence. And then we begin to connect on a deeper level within that way. And so that becomes healthy, that becomes smart, that becomes how we empower ourselves. So hopefully this is helpful. I continue to encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.